Hey everybody, Rachel Roberts here. I'm working down in Frankfurt today, and I just finished meeting with the governor's office, and I wanted to convey some of the messages and concerns that I carried to the governor's office from residents of District 67. So in no particular order, let's start with unemployment. So I am still hearing from far too many of you that you are not getting through, that you are not getting the answers you need. So I have let them know that one of the unique things about Northern Kentucky is that we do have so many self-employed and so many freelance workers, many of whom are going to have 1099s and in some cases W-2s from both Ohio and Kentucky, and that your cases are far too complicated for the automated system for sure to handle, and that we need more help getting you all through to Tier 2 and Tier 3 people. So that has been conveyed. Also, again, in no particular order, pools. I've heard from a lot of you that now that there's an opening date for pools, a concern is that the Board of Health still needs to inspect the pools. So I've made the request that the Board of Health be able to start those inspections now so that the pools, at least as many as possible, can open on the date at the end of the month when pools are allowed to open and the order is lifted. Adult daycare facilities. I know this one is so very important to so many families out there. My understanding is that there's an announcement coming from the governor this week, maybe even today, and that there'll be some movement there towards the end of the month, which I know will be so welcome to so many families who are looking for those services, and also because our adult daycare facilities oftentimes facilitate special needs adults and their employment and their jobs. So I have carried that to the governor's office as well. And then finally, let's just talk about small businesses. When I talk about small businesses, I mean all of them, but a bunch of you bar owners have been reaching out to me recently with your frustration that true bars that don't serve food have not been able to open, while primarily bars that happen to serve a little food have been able to open. I understand your frustration. I also understand that there are a million different degrees of businesses, and that none of this is a perfect science. None of us have been here beforehand. That there is an opening date for bars at the end of the month, but I have made sure that the governor's office knows that that is a frustration for so many of you. And more broadly for small businesses, I have really been advocating since the middle of March that so many of us carry liability insurance, and specifically disruption of service clauses or civil unrest clauses, that have not been paying policy claims to businesses because this is, as they refer to it, either an act of God or a peril that's not covered, which remains a frustration to me and something that I continue to advocate that we change. However, one thing that I think could happen right now, and that I spoke with the governor's office, is a refund on policy fees for things that we just weren't even able to do during the closure. So liability insurance, slip and fall insurance, things along those lines that perhaps the insurance providers could start rebating to small businesses that would at least be some small bit of economic relief. I know there are a million other things that small businesses are going to need so that we can continue to thrive and survive and populate our main streets and continue to be the largest employer in the state, and I will keep fighting for those as well. So that's what I got for you today. Keep emailing me, keep making sure I get your messages. I am your representative. It is my job to carry your voice to Frankfurt, and I will continue to do that job with your help. Thanks everybody. Take care of one another. Stay safe, be well, please be kind to each other, and keep sending me messages. Thanks.